I formulated like calculus, making something out of nothing. Damn, your man is an alchemist. They try to force the vibe, so the feeling is counterfeit. Just that feel of accomplishment right before you was about to quit. Holding down my clan, both my hands got calluses. As a man, I only kneel to take a stand, Colin Kaepernick. Can't you see that I'm passionate? No, this wasn't on accident. You fell asleep watching the game. I was up late practicing.
Yo, we back. Another episode, N0GAS Podcast. What it do?
What's good, bro? Let's get right into it.
Get right into it, man. I know you got some motivational talk for us today. What you got?
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about the power of small habits. How, small changes can lead to big results. And that's, with both good habits and bad habits. You feel what I'm saying? You can really apply that to anything, any field, any habit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I feel like, it's funny because I took a word, like I be having these words come to my phone, like through my email. It's like just different words you don't necessarily, use every day. But the word was titivate. And titivate is small things, small habits that you can start doing in your life to make sure you perform at a high level, or small habits that impact and enhance you as a person or a team or your job or whatever you're trying to do. But it's the small things. We always talk about it on the podcast, but the small things are what leads to success. It's not like sometimes we get so fixated and consumed with the primary goal, like what can we do big to make an impact? But I think it's the small things, the small details. It's going to rehab. It's, eating right. That's going to make you a better basketball player. It's not, I'm going to show up and I'm going to score 30 points. Well, how are you going to score 30 points? Well, how are you going to get this stop? Well, how you going to, get this rebound? You got to box out. You got to work on your strength. It's getting in the weight room and lifting. So it's always like, as a coach, I'm constantly telling my players, we're always telling our players, it's about the small details. It's not going out there and, shutting a man to zero, shutting out a man. You can. I've definitely done that before. But it's not about scoring 40, 50 points. There's going to be little mistakes. It's when you make those mistakes, how are you reacting? Like, it's the small details that win a championship, and just cause you to be successful as a whole. So I think the small things that we do in our daily life contributes to us being successful and, just living our life to the fullest.
I agree. I think even just, kind of dissecting it as you were speaking, I think small habits, when you're trying to do better, can also give you confidence. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Just like you say, it's not about X, it's about this. Like I'm thinking about, some of the small habits that I had to do every single day in order for, when them lights came on, when it was game time,
Mhm.
it was second nature. It gave me
Mhm.
confidence to excel when the lights came on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, bro, small habits, they are pivotal.
Yeah, so if you want to get in shape, so I talk to you about it all the time, like conditioning. That is something small that's going to contribute to the longevity of your career and make you a better player. And that goes for everybody. You get what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean get on the treadmill and run. You got to start eating right. You got to start watching what you drink, watching what goes into your body. It's the health aspect of it. So we talk about it all the time. You always like you're a health conscious dude. So am I. But like it's those little things that make the biggest impact in who you are as a person. Are you, we can talk about it all day, but it's a lot of small little tweaks that you can do, man. And so I really commend people that do the small things and are disciplined in that regard. But yeah, man, it's not always the big things. It's the small things add up. It's step by step.
Mhm.
So I want to do something fun right now. Jordan Bone. Who is Jordan Bone, man? It's a lot of people that be commenting be hitting my line like, man, Jordan don't be posting on his Instagram. He don't like show who he is. You feel me?
Mysterious J.
Yeah, and I'm, me, I'm the, outspoken one. I'll talk to anybody and, I'm showing my family, I'm showing who I am. I'll post whatever. People know a lot about me, but it's a lot of things people don't know. So I'll have that segment one of these days, but I want you to do this right now. So I'm putting Jordan Bone on a hot seat
Oh man.
because he about to talk today. Y'all about to find out who this kid is because he's so much more than what he portrays on social media, to his fans, to the people that, want to know more about Jordan Bone. Here you go.
Let's do it.
Favorite food?
These like rapid questions.
Yeah. I mean, you can think about them.
Favorite food? I'm gonna go with any type of Alfredo, any type of pasta.
Yeah, if you know Jordan Bone, if you go to a restaurant, he will go to the most expensive restaurant and ask for chicken Alfredo.
No doubt. It's consistent.
Like you've been eating that so long, bro. Like even when you was a kid,
Bro, it's so good. It's so good.
we sitting over there eating lobsters and you know shrimp scampi or I mean just something.
Give me my Alfredo. I'm good.
That's all he needs is a little bit of Alfredo. Favorite color?
Blue. No doubt. You know that.
Yeah, I do. All right, so we have a family of brothers. Me, you, and Jaren. Who's the funniest brother?
I think y'all are both funny in y'all's own way. Y'all both hilarious. I think you're more of a like a comedian funny. Like
Yeah, I get it.
you're like you know how to step in a room and be the funniest person. That's what I mean by comedian. That's who you've been since I've known all my life. You know how to make a group of people laugh. Jaren on the other end, you got to know Jaren a little more to know how funny he is.
Nah, he is
He's
hilarious.
more of a slick comment or laugh at a funny time. And if you got that connection, you understand what he's laughing at. He's more of a facial expression funny.
Facts.
Like a slick funny, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's a dirty funny.
He's a dirty funny. Exactly.
Like
I'll say equal. Y'all both hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
I would have. Of course, I think I can make anybody laugh in the room. I just have a knack of that. You feel me? But I'm gonna give it to Jaren. Jaren is a fool.
Yeah. Jaren is hilarious.
Jaren will have you crying on the floor. And Jordan, the baby, he's the serious one. He's the most serious out of all of us.
Facts. Nah, that's facts.
He's the most serious, but I'm sure people would already assume that.
Right?
The craziest brother.
Craziest?
Yeah,
I'll probably say me.
I'll give you that.
I'll probably say I'm the craziest. Not in a bad way. I think we all have our ticks.
In a bad way too. You crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Next
Nah,
question.
we all have our ticks. We definitely have
We
our
do.
ticks
We do.
because it's different levels of crazy. But if there was a crazy brother, yeah, I give it to Jordan.
No doubt.
I don't know, bro. Jared crazy as hell.
We all crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
we are, bro. Yeah, next one. We talking too much right now. Most athletic brother.
Next question.
Why does it happen? Like
That's like a common theme, ain't it?
it is like the baby is always like daddy. Daddy is the most athletic in his family.
Right.
And like I don't know, it's weird, bro. We talked about it before. Maybe y'all get beat up so much, or y'all gotta chase us around so
Bruh,
much.
yes.
Like y'all more advanced if you have older siblings. But yeah, man, he's been like that. You've been like that for a long time, bro. We talk about it on our podcast, but they need to find out for our new viewers.
Yeah.
Jordan has always been a superb athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Like always been the fastest, the quickest jumper, like jumped out of the gym. Like you just I don't know. You've been blessed, and you played up a lot, so that has something to do with it too.
Like pushing myself a little more
Yeah,
than the norm. Bro, look at your kids though. Jay's faster than Jersey.
I know. Hopefully, three got a little slow, little step right now, but
He do.
we gonna fix it. He said he do.
No, I ain't never seen 3 just like take off like that.
Nah, he
Jay's
gonna
be scooting.
yeah. Jay
But I
scoots.
think it's because like her being younger than Jersey, she she gotta beat her. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah,
don't like
facts.
losing against her big sister.
Nah, they if it's one thing about them, they compete, and
Facts.
that's our family. We're competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll cry for losing, and they get really really mad at each other.
Yeah,
But 3 gonna be just fine. But yeah, you're the most athletic by far,
yeah.
by far. All right, so what's one misconception about you that people have as a player and as a person?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna start with player. Um, I think the biggest misconception people have for me as a player is I'll say 2 things. Um, because I'm so soft spoke, like I'm such a soft spoken person and I'm not really as outgoing, people can have a misconception of me not being a great teammate because I'm
Mm,
very reserved,
that's interesting.
very reserved. And it takes a lot for me to, open up to people naturally. So, during my career, I can think back plenty of times that's something that people kind of hung over my head or they pushed me to get outside of myself and be better in that area because being the point guard of the team, you got to be a leader. So sometimes there were challenges growing up and obviously went through that to be where I'm at now. The last team I was with, way different because it was growing pains. I had to, you feel me, learn a lot of different things. That's one misconception as a player. And I think secondly, um, is defense. People don't think I not can play defense, but I don't think people respect my defense enough. And that's definitely something. Time is ticking. It's near. When I get back on the court, that's gonna be the main thing.
Y'all heard it first here at the No Gas Podcast, No Gas Podcast studio with the off-white rug. Oh my God. We haven't really spoken on this off-white rug. It is freaking amazing. So we are working on our, our studio. And next time y'all see this, it's gonna be
It's gonna look
amazing.
different.
But yeah, this is a step in the right direction. But y'all heard it first here. No Gas Podcast. Jordan Bone is coming back with a vengeance. And defensively, you've always been a good one-on-one defender. Like
Right.
there's always been, your guy ain't scoring.
Facts.
Other than Chris Paul at one time, he was toying with you. But that's Chris Paul.
Welcome to the league, young fella.
Facts. But you've always been a guy that guarded their man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, help side, people don't know you're good at that too. But the thing that I want to see you do more once you get on the court, and we already talked about it, is picking up these dudes full court.
No doubt.
And being a pest. And we already talked about that on some Drew Holiday stuff because you're more than capable of doing that, and making that impact. And also using your athleticism to start blocking some shots.
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like I said, we talked about that, and I can't wait to see you on the court.
Mm-hmm.
But I will ask you this. Do you think with the misconception of people saying like you're kind of reserved and laid back and it might come across as you being a quote unquote bad teammate or, not so engaging, has that affected you in your career at any point?
Absolutely. I mean, I'll speak for it. Honestly, I was with the team in the NBA. And training camp, we had training camp, and me being super reserved, I think the front office slash coaches couldn't really predict my agenda, so to say. So training camp comes, I'm an ultra defender. I mean, ultra competitor.
Mhm.
Ultra competitor. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to get some minutes. I'm trying to take people's position. That's what I was taught to do my whole career, but not really understanding the business to the fullest. I think people kind of misinterpreted my efforts as something bad or as something like I don't really know like why he's going so hard at this person. Like maybe this is a bad thing. Like
Yeah,
we
it
need
makes
him to
sense.
like calm down because he's a calm guy. So
Yeah.
you get where I'm going with
Yeah.
this? So I think that misconception of not really understanding, all right, Jordan is very calm, he's very laid back and reserved. But when it's time to get in between them lines, I'm a different animal. I'm the loudest in the room. Off the court, sometimes I might be the most quiet in the room. But in between them lines, as a competitor, you gonna know I'm in the room, no doubt. And I think that was kind of hung over my head because a few reasons, but yeah, for sure, it definitely affected my career. It affected me there, you know where it was. But I mean, it's a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? Next time, next team, which it happened my following year, I came in as myself and I, started to open up a little more. So
Mhm.
it was time to do that. When it was training time, it wasn't no, oh shoot, like it was like, nah, we know Jordan. We
Mhm.
know he's a dog in between the lines, but he's like very reserved and soft spoken, well mannered off the court.
And also a a charismatic person too. You have one
Yeah,
you got to open up as well, but
yeah,
yeah, you're quiet, laid back at times, but you're also a great person to be around.
for
And
sure.
I think you could show that more.
Hmm.
Obviously, teams want their point guard, and it was different at UT. That was your show.
Hmm.
All y'all was like brothers, but when you go into the NBA or this high professional team, these guys they don't know each other, and some of these guys do have agendas bigger than the team
Hmm.
or on a selfish note. And with you being laid back, it may seem as if you are um, you know, how can I say it? You are portraying someone that has an ulterior motive,
Right.
but you don't. That's who you are.
Yeah.
You're the most genuine on the team.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about money. You're worried about winning. And we had these conversations, so I know.
Hmm.
But like for people to conceive you as, what is his motive? Why is he going so hard? Like he must not like this dude, or he trying to he trying to do something, whatever it is. But in reality, that's just who I am on the court.
Hmm.
You feel me? But I mess with this guy. I wanted him to succeed. Like there were times where you was playing with people, and me being the ultra competitor, I'm like, man, you gotta go at this dude in practice. Like you gotta do this, and he was like, nah, man. Like dude is great. I want him to, I need him to kill, man. We trying to win. We trying to do this, and I'm like, yeah. Like I took a page out of your book,
Hmm.
and because you are, man, a great person, and I wish people would be able to see that side of you more often.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's crazy how people conceive different things. But
Hmm.
even with you as a person, like when people get around you, they be like, man, Bone, man, he dude crazy, he one of a kind.
Yeah.
Like, but if they don't know you,
And that's my answer for the misconception as a person.
yeah,
For
yeah,
those that don't know me, they can look from the outside in, and because I'm not super active on social media, because I hang with a certain select few people,
yeah,
they can look at me as a dick.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
can look at me as a jackass or like some person that's if you come up to me, I'm gonna be mean. Never, bro. I stand on this. Never. It was a dude that came up to me today, bro. I was eating
mm,
at what is it called? Not tender greens, but crisping green.
okay,
A guy I went to college with came up to me, and you know me, I'm minding my own, trying to get in and get out. And sometimes I wear a rest in B face. I'm stern, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of felt him seeing, like looking at me, but I didn't mind it, obviously, but I felt it. When I got to the cash register, I guess he built up the courage and then he said, Jordan.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had a great conversation for a few minutes, but that could be something that could be kind of misconstrued. Like,
Yeah.
man, if I see Jordan in public, he is going to be so mean. And I say this, I have never, not one time, turned somebody off.
Yeah.
Even on my bad days,
Mm-hmm.
I'm there for the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for the fans, the people that support me, the people that want autographs, pictures, jerseys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
DMs. Like, I see them. You feel me? I've responded to plenty of them. Kids, parents. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure that I'm moving genuine because I know my heart.
Absolutely.
And that's not anything that I have to prove to the world. But to answer your question, that's definitely something that can be a misconception of Jordan Bone.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Likewise, man. It's like, people have this misconception about us in general. Like these dudes, man. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people think we're high level or high, like, I don't know what it is, but come to us, talk.
Yeah.
We
Talk
always
it out. You'll see.
Yeah, you get to know us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One-on-one with anybody ever, past or present. Who are you playing a game one-on-one with and why? There's a lot of killers out there.
It is, bro. Can I give two answers?
Yeah, give two. Give two.
My first answer is D Rose.
Okay.
Prime D Rose. Obviously, I was with him in Detroit
Yep.
and we practiced against each other, but it's the league. I wish I could have played against him one on one, prime D Rose, to really see how fast, how quick he really was. Because I hear a lot of people talking about D Rose when he was in his prime,
Untouchable.
untouchable. Like there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't think I've played against one person where it's been like, man, I can't do nothing with his speed. I've always been able to match it or be better.
Right.
So that's one dude. And second, because I'm a competitor and because I'm a dog, hey man, Shay, I need my ones, bro. Not a lot of people know this, but when I was training with Wasserman, you know where I'm about to go.
Yep. Shout out to the people at Wasserman, man.
Yeah, man.
It's love.
It's family.
Yep.
But I'm an honest man, bro. And I'm not ashamed to say this. Shay had his day with me that day. And I went to the crib pissed. And you was the first person I told.
I remember.
I was like, bro, I got to get better.
Mm-hmm.
I left them ones not embarrassed. I was angry because I was like, I have never gotten beat like this in one-on-one. It was me, Shay, and Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Yeah.
Shay, I need my ones, bro. He know. He know.
And it's fun. It's funny that you say that because you played him while y'all was at Kentucky,
Right.
and y'all went head to head, and both of y'all had going back and forth.
Yeah.
And that was before Shay was Shay, obviously.
Yeah.
Now he's on a great level, great confidence, put in that work with Olin.
Facts.
And obviously paths are different.
Yeah.
Leashes are different.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking my brother over anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember you making that phone call and I'm like, hold on, what?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And you kept it one thou wow.
Yeah, bro. No shame in my game. It happens. But that goes to tell you, that goes to show you how good the NBA is. Obviously, he had a great season this past year, was up for MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But this was 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
And he was that good. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So all them people out here who thinking the NBA sweet, bro. Hey man, it's some killers out there for real that if it's time to play one-on-one and they not playing, you feel me, NBA spacing and NBA defense. Nah, mano y mano. Hey man, you might be surprised at what you see because everybody that has touched that court, I'm sure has a bag that just might surprise you.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right. Best part of your game.
I'll say my IQ.
Okay.
my ability to think on the fly. I think that's something that I've taken pride in since my sophomore season at UT. That was something that was, you know, challenged to me by Rick Barnes. Um, Being able to think the game as a point guard, as any player, any position, can give you a huge advantage. How is your defender defending you? What defensive coverages are they in? What do you want to run offensively because you recognize where their weaknesses are? And I think that's something, man, that has carried me, that has honestly allowed me to torch people and manipulate teams in their defensive schemes in my professional level, whether it was G League, whether it was NBA or whether it was overseas. That's something that has carried me, and I think that's definitely one of my strengths. Just to be able to think the game on the fly. Like obviously you do your pregame prep, but as you're playing, schemes can change during the game.
Mm-hmm.
Schemes 9 times out of 10 always change during the game. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? They might come out hard hedging you, but then they might come out switching next half. Or the next play, they might play zone to, feel me, throw you off.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to think is definitely a huge advantage. And if you're a player out there, I encourage you to challenge yourself when it's practice time, or even if you have the mental capacity during game time to really try to think the game, and it will help you. It will literally give you advantages over your defender, over your opposing team, and it'll help your team win.
All right, so this is a question I'm gonna ask you, um, like a spinoff to that question. So, with you being a dynamic athlete, being faster than everybody, being quicker than everybody,
Mhm.
how do you bottle that in for the betterment of the team?
Mhm.
Because obviously, you can get by your guy anytime you want to.
Right.
Like, in order to get people going, like when do you know when to shut that off and when to cut it on?
It's a feel. Um, it's definitely a feel. Obviously, it depends on your teammates. But being the point guard, you dictate the pace. And the more you dictate the pace, the more your teammates will kind of follow that pace. And it takes time to kind of build that team chemistry to know when is Jordan gonna turn it on, and when is Jordan gonna shut it off. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I think we struggle with as a team at Tennessee my freshman year. It's like, man, this dude is so fast. They don't know when I'm gonna go, and they don't know when I'm gonna call basic and let's use the clock for 20, 25 seconds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
As a
So
freshman, we was like, man, hey, we know how fast he is, but tell him to slow down.
I'm gone. Like
Man,
I'm gone. So yeah, bro. It's definitely a feel, but thank God it's a great advantage to have.
you ain't
You know what
lying.
I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep using that, and just keep perfecting it day in and day out with my training, and keep repping it out during games, and just keep getting better. That's what it's about.
So for the the young hoopers out there, are there drills that you can work on that help you with change of pace or
Hmm.
knowing when to cut it on or reading defenses, or do you need to play more?
I encourage playing more. That's the main thing. I think drills are great, but when you play 5-on-5, it could be anywhere. It could be at the rec. It could be with your team. Anywhere. It's just some things you can't replicate in drills.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the trainers. They do a great job with skill development and trying to get as close as they can to that 5-on-5 action and coverages and stuff. It's hard. It's challenging.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
It's not. It's never the same. Um. So, but yeah, there's plenty drills, bro. I mean, I can think about one off the top of my head, but there's hundreds. When we used to be up at the middle school working on pace, you pulling me as I'm like
Mm-hmm.
driving, like putting my head down and really just trying to sprint, and then you take the brace off, you feel like you floating and you can stop
Yep.
and go,
Mm-hmm.
learn how to stop and go. And that's simple, but like we talked about earlier, small habits can lead to big results.
Man.
So you work on that day in, day out, week in and week out, whatever your body can handle. Um, and you'll definitely feel a difference. You'll feel a difference for sure.
I agree. So so that's like the best part of your game. What's the most underrated part of your game that people probably wouldn't know?
Mm, I'll say my shooting ability
Mm-hmm.
because I'm so athletic. Um, Sometimes people want to give me space because they know they can't press me or I'm gone. So they'll try to bait me into shooting a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, just taking those steps in my career, my playing career, I've definitely gotten a lot better at shooting. And it's something I had to work on. I wasn't always a good shooter. I can think, man, freshman and sophomore year, I shot the ball poorly. My percentages weren't good. But that junior year, I put the work in and I made that step. Rookie year, shot the ball really well. And you just keep stacking. You keep stacking it. But what it is, you just rep it out.
Yep.
You rep it out at game speed. You rep it out, on the chill days. You doing it's reps. Reps take away that doubt, and that's all it was when I was younger. I was just doubting my ability to shoot. Obviously, I had some mechanics that were kind of messed up here and there. Had to, stop jumping so high because I was so happy to get off the ground.
This man used to jump to the ceiling. And I'm like, Mama, why is he jumping so high?
Man, I'm so glad you told me about that because if it wasn't for you, I would have still been jumping high.
I know, bro. I used to tell you, I said, hey, bro, like, I was a good shooter in my own right. But I said, look at Steph Curry, look at Dame Lillard. These are some of the best shooters in the world,
Yeah.
if not the best shooters. Klay Thompson, all these dudes, they not getting off the ground like that.
Yes, not they tray balls.
Nah,
Mm-mm.
nah, not at all. Yeah, middies are a little different, running into it and all that stuff. But
Yeah,
I agree though. Like, you can shoot the ball.
yeah, bro.
Like, like you said, you had to fix some mechanics, but now I don't know what you shot last time you was in the G League. Was it like 36 from the three?
Yeah, it was high 30s, which is really good. Like on the professional level, bro. That's you do high 30s, low 40s, bro. Especially
And
behind
you
the
was
arc.
it wasn't like you was shooting once or twice a game.
Nah,
You
I
was
was
getting it
getting
up.
up 6 to 8 a game.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, if you shoot a high 30, 40% from the three, yeah, you need to be on the floor. They need to keep you on the floor
No doubt.
because it is a tool to have, you know, having players out there that can shoot it, volume shooters with a great percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the special ones. I remember, the side note, I remember we was looking up your stats. The last time you was in the G League, you was averaging like 19 and 8, like 4 or 5 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
And we put it up to the number 1 or number 2 draft pick that year.
I remember that.
And it was better numbers than his.
And
He was in the G League and
Yeah.
percentage.
Yeah, I
So
remember that.
that's odd to me. It's not odd. It's a part of the business
Right.
of basketball. So it ain't no shade on nobody, but it's just funny. And I can't wait till you do it again.
Facts. It'd
You
be
feel?
better than last
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
that's the goal.
Yeah.
So, what is the best advice that you've ever gotten from a coach or a player or whatever that has helped you on your road to, you're not done, obviously,
Right.
but thus far in your career, what's the best advice you've gotten
Gotten a lot of good advice.
if you had to pick one, and from who?
Best advice. The reason it's tough is because I've gotten so much advice, bro. Like
Oh
so
yeah.
many great, you feel me, lessons.
And you almost get it daily.
No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. Got a great corner, man. Great, great, great circle. I'll say the best advice I've probably gotten is from my immediate family. I'm gonna take the coaches away. They've done a great job. Uh But I think the best advice is it's you against you. At the end of the day, it's you. Like and to kind of translate that is you can do all the work in the world. You can be the most gifted in the world. You can be the most talented in the world. You can jump the highest in the world, run the fastest in the world. But it's you that has to believe your gift. And that's something that you have told me. That's something that daddy has told me, my mama, Jaren. It's you. You got to do it. And that is a lot of players' downfall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of talented players out there, but some of them don't believe in themselves.
Mm.
And it's literally you against you. And I'm not just talking basketball. I've seen it happen in football. I've seen it happen in baseball. I've seen it happen all the sports, man. You got people that are supremely talented and supremely gifted by God, and they doubt themselves.
Yeah.
They don't have the confidence to get them over their hump, or they don't have the confidence to give themselves some confidence. And that is everything. It's you against you.
Trust your work.
Trust your work, bro. Trust your work, and you will trust yourself, no doubt.
Trust your work. Trust your abilities. And always believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Always believe in yourself. We say it all the time as coaches, and I'm going to conclude with this. 9 times out of 10, when you going through, a preseason, and then you first start to, play other teams and you see what you really have on your team, it's usually never about what the other team does or who the other team is or what the other team runs,
Mm-hmm.
their schemes, their, concepts. It's about you.
No doubt.
It's about your team.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what you do best. It's about we put so much emphasis on scouting reports nowadays as coaches, where we forget we're so worried about the scouting report of the other team that we don't even take into consideration. Let's be great at what we do and watch what happens.
Right.
I think that's what my growth as a coach has been.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, building my team up so much so we are ready for anything that happens. And these guys, man, these young guys want to be coached.
Yeah.
That's one thing. That's a misconception about these young dudes these days. Yeah, they're spoiled and some of them are entitled, but they want to be coached.
Mm-hmm.
They want some good advice. They want good coaching. They want good role models to look up to, and that's what we're doing. I can speak for myself at TSU. What I've been around. You know, Brian Collins, Penny Collins for 7 years now, going on our 7th year, and we spend a lot of time with each other talking about basketball, and that's one thing that I've learned from him, and I'll continue to build that in my coaching as well. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, you have to be great at what you do before you can worry about what somebody else
Yep.
is doing.
No doubt. I agree.
So that plays hand in hand with it's on you, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like I can tell you all the advice. I can give you, okay, this drill will work or that'll work or this'll work. But you gotta do it. You gotta get your conditioning better. You gotta go out there and make shots. You gotta get other people involved. You gotta be more vocal. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
do this. You gotta do this. Because we can give all the advice in the world, but we're not the ones playing.
Exactly.
We're not the ones in that situation. And like a wise coach told me, hey, you have to do the work.
Yeah.
There's coaches out there that want your job, Josh. You got to study more than them. You got to put in the hours more than them. It's you. It's on you.
No doubt.
Don't make excuses.
Nah.
It's nobody's fault if something don't happen. Yes, things happen. Opportunities are given based off different things, but put the work in. Trust your work because it's definitely on you.
No doubt. No doubt. That was the last one.
That was it.
Nah, yeah, that was tough, bro. I'm glad you did that. We're gonna do one for you next episode or one of these upcoming episodes. Who is Josh? Because I think some
People don't know.
people don't know you, bro.
Nah,
Even with you being the more outspoken and
yeah,
the more presentable person,
yeah.
people still don't know you, bro.
Nah, they
So
don't.
we're gonna do that for you next time. That was hard though.
Nah, shoot you, man. I enjoyed it. I feel like people's they gonna appreciate that
Yeah,
because they want to know, and we're not here to hold nothing back. God has given us so
Not at
much
all.
to give to the world, and that's what we're trying to do, man. So, man, we gonna end it there. This has been another episode of No Gas Podcast, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We out.
we out.
The good, the bad, the ugly.